the guys that you're playing against are, I mean, I don't want to say legends, but these guys are, you know their names.
Sure.
Ionic's been around forever. How much does it actually impact the game itself?
I think the first time around when they've played last week, that could have absolutely played a factor. But this is the second time, and you get to really take a look at, okay, what did we do wrong? How can we improve on that?
Right.
And that's where you kind of start to move past it. First game, yes, I think there is a little bit of that factor. The second time, if there's a team that's worthy of qualifying to the SPL, it won't be in their minds.
In memory of Gabe, are going to focus on the jungle. No Ratatasker or Thanatos. Hunbats and Giannis taken away by Astral Authority themselves, so going to limit the global situation of Giannis. And Hunbats is a character that hasn't gotten a lot of attention. Sylvanas will be the first pick. We're used to that.
Yeah.
Why the Hunbats ban so early?
Great question. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Maybe a targeted shot at Cynosure, but Cynosure's god pool is fairly large anyways. In a couple of his gods that he plays a lot of, namely Naja is one that comes to mind that I think of him playing Naja before I think of him playing Hunbats. Nike and Raw, I'm really surprised that Nike wasn't the first pick for in memory of Gabe, but they favor that pressure on Sylvanas, and we talked about it a lot last week whenever we spectated a lot of this team. Ionic Sylvanas is one that has always been rock solid, and even with the break, I expect it to be just as strong.
I mean, once upon a time, it was not last meta when Sylvanas wasn't so the guy, but there was a period of time where Sylvanas was up top, and then he faltered, and even when he faltered, we had an interview with Ionic that we sometimes show where he's just like, hey, at any point in time, just give me the tree. And he's always going to want to play that Sylvanas if it's a viable selection. Real quick right here, a Wheelish and Arlong Shen, so a lot of knock-up synergy going out with a Wheelish in the jungle, most likely. And then Nike Rock going to be paired up with Khepri, a lot of Gods of the Sun.
So I don't like a Willish directly into Nike because a lot of times when you're pulling in that tanky, warrior, you're setting up your entire team to get slowed by 60% by Sentinel of Zeus, which is really, really strong. But paired with Sylvanas and with Erlong Shen, I'm looking for those gravity surges to be on Khepri. That's going to be the target for Astral Authorities that they have to be wary of, because if you could pull Khepri out of position, he likes to be in the back. He likes to be protecting his team. Difficult to do that whenever a Willish can move you around as she wishes.
So going back to that Hunbats, that is definitely at Cynosure. Cynosure controls situations a lot, and this is what I was waiting for to see what kind of team Astral Authority we're going to draft. Looking at the Ra, looking at the Khepri, this is a composition where their position on the battlefield is very important. Some teams it's just about like, make sure you're in front of me because you're the front line. But when you're looking at what Astral Authority have drafted, especially with the Chronos, their precise lineup and how they're positioned on the battlefield, we're getting really deep in the X's and O's, but it's very important. And a choice like Hunbats obviously throws all of that out. So Astral Authority really thinking towards that. Whereas in memory of Gabe, all damage, all the time.
I love this draft from a memory of Gabe. Lots of long-range CC, whoop into Thothalt, into, pin from Erlong Shen. You've got a lot of options for Herwind to be your playmaker, and like we saw last week from them, Herwind was the playmaker for in memory of Gabe. I love this Thoth selection for him.
The Naja will round out Astral Authority's selection. That'll be the jungle of choice for Mr. Fun, okay?
I like this selection too, though. I mean, you've got a lot of long-range setup. For Raw now, you've got the long-range route from Khepri, the initiation from Nike, and then if you can take Freya immediately out of a fight with Windfire Wheels, that's a great way to start off a team fight in a bang.
That's exactly where I was going. Take Freya out of the game, take us to the game. It's game number 1 of your North American Relegation Open Bracket Week 2 tournament. Here we are in memory of Gabe, grouped up as 5.
Mango's going to be the one I'm watching in this matchup in particular. He's looked great against basically every solo laner he's got up against today. Walrus, obviously his best competition that he's going to see. And this is a matchup that isn't great for Nike because when you think of Nike matchups, it's all about can they interrupt the rend. Erlong Shen can with that 72 transformations. Do they not know?
Around the mulberry bush we'll go. Astral Authority has no idea that In Memory of Gabe has been following them for the past 12 seconds.
Mango just found out. He backed and turned. It was like, oh my God, they're right there. But oh my God, they're around the backside. Ionic, he's here, not going to find the root though. Final K going to find a nice ring toss. Snoopy, the one taking a lot of the damage. Heal actually picked up, and it's going to help out a lot for Astral Authority.
That's a great choice coming out from Shaker right there to go opt for the heal. Final K is stuck underneath. Gonna throw the ring. Snoopy and Herwind combined. It's the doubleon for Snoopy and a single for the Thoth guy. And that's going to start the game off with a bang. 3-0. And there's 3 seconds on the clock, not even.
Oh, and Snoopy gets 2 of 3 kills.
Let's go back to that graph. It didn't show anything because it was before the game technically began. We hear the buzzer go off at 0. And In Memory of Gabe just starts with a 1,000 gold lead.
That's really, really tough for Astral Authority. And you got Ionic not able to find that first route, but then makes up for it by finding 3. And then Sinosure, nice patience. 1 auto, 2 auto, 3-man Feather Step damage. Willish, one of the best junglers at fighting at level 1, and that's why. Just so much damage, so much lockdown as well, all in the same ability in Feather Step. In Memory of Gabe are off to a great start, and now it's Famous Hate's job to make sure Snoopy stays in lane and he doesn't die to him, because having 2 kills and an assist this early on for your Hunter is very, very scary, especially when it's a Hunter like Freya.
Yeah, for Freya, I mean, the whole thing about Freya is that, well, okay, she's not good early. Well, if you give her this type of lead, she's just gonna...
He's dead.
Yeah, he's toast. That's
there
it, folks.
Hey, that's not what we were looking for. Remember Astral Authority when I said 4 seconds ago, just don't die in lane?
Well, he died in lane. Sinosure gonna get away real quick from that ring bounce. This is who the microscope is on. Easily. Wally Walrus, and you know, it's actually, Walrus has to thank whoever put this team together, because being the sophomore player, Left Syndrome going to drop a little bit of love over the top. Nike jumps over. Sino's close to death. It gets hit by the Rend. Mango puts his team on the board.
And now it's Ionic plucked in by Left Syndrome, completely out of mana. He's slowed. He's stunned. He's got nowhere to go, but the tree is quick enough to get out of danger. Heroin providing some extra shots through the wall just in case. No shell there. That's just Ionic being disgustingly tanky.
Interesting stuff that you don't get to see unless you actually play or get to watch a lot of Thoth. Thoth can actually put the window on the other side of the wall and shoot through it, so that's going to help him extend.
It actually is inside the wall. You can't see it a lot of the time if he plays it correctly. It's not stopped by, you know, you think of like Kraken, you can't use it if any part of it is in the wall. Not the case for Glyph of Pain for Thoth, so you'll see a lot of players use that to make you question, is his ult gonna reach me from this distance? You know, you won't be able to see it through the wall. That's the best way to play that Thoth.
So here's Snoopy's level 5 already. His opposition, well, he's level 5 too, but the 3-0-1 certainly a little bit more comfortable than the 0-2-0. As we come back and visit our solo lane, Sinosure gets a knock up, a Feather Step, the jump away from Nike, dive, 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 no dive.
So close to being perfect there between Walrus and Sinosure, but the knock up from Walrus and the root from Sinosure hit at the exact same time. If there is half of a second longer to allow for one more auto attack each, Mango takes the death in lane.
Here comes the submarine, dive, 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 and the turtle's enough to clean it up. Walrus comes back for the second time and gets a kill of his own.
In Mango, again, this is what I was talking about. He needs to be wary of how much pressure Sinosure is going to put on this side of the map, because Walrus is a player that likes to get ahead. Sure, everyone likes to get ahead, but he's one who really knows how to use that lead effectively.
Snoopy purified out, and there's the ult for the ult.
That's a win for Snoopy. Yeah, he's able to get that rewind out and make sure that Famous Hate is even more susceptible to the gank.
See, I actually think it's a win on the side of Chronos, but Left Syndrome isolated from his team, knock up on knock up, forced to ult himself. Walrus gonna find an exit on the left, but come back around the heal. No damage right there. So a lot about not too much. Final K actually secures his buff, so not a big deal. Going back to the 200 over here. I actually think that Chronos actually winds up on the good side, because sure, he doesn't have his rewind now, but he might be able to win the fight versus Snoopy without her wings.
I just don't think Snoopy needs the Valkyrie's discretion to kill Famous Hate, and Famous Hate needs to make sure, yeah, you're right, I mean, it makes Snoopy a little bit more vulnerable to the gank, but Final K is going to spend most of the time on the right side of the map anyways. Now, he should come over to the left, but will he? I mean, so many junglers spend so much time on the right-hand side for the first 10 minutes of the game because of how important the double buffs on the right-hand side. Remember, only one buff in the left jungle, and that's red. The pig's not worth quite as much. And then the fire elementals as well. That's why you see junglers really focus on the solo side of the map for the first 10 minutes. Now, post 10 minutes, I'd agree with you that Snoopy that's a loss for him because he has to use his ultimate there. But overall, I think that this just means that Famous Hate's in trouble of getting soloed.
Sinosure in trouble of getting triple teamed. 3 players collapse on the jungler. Just barely stays alive after a hot ult from Sheikah. But he'll stay alive for the moment, back to base. So as we were saying, as we look towards his solo lane, Walrus gonna get collapsed on. This is his second season. He was clearly the best player on Noble, I think, last year. 2-on-1, Walrus 25%, take it to the sky, that'll be that. Walrus in the ground. Final K gets the kill, 1-0-0 for the young jungler. And Herwind in some trouble here, but that should be livable damage.
Purification forced though, and that means Final K is going to be able to find him with that ult if he can find the sash as well. It's for the next minute, 2.5 minutes plus basically, and that's who I'm looking at right now. Final K. You saw him make a play on that right-hand side, able to get Mango back into this lane effectively. Both the solo laners have been so worried about an invade that they haven't been able to farm their waves. You can see they're actually down in levels right now.
Oh yeah. 6, Nike just now hitting 7, but even with your junglers. Mango gets knocked up, feather steps, will jump away, gets grabbed, and Arlong looking for the kill secure. SimiteShore makes sure to get the last hit right there. He gets the kill.
So I mentioned, oh, nice pull there from Ionic, and they're going to knock Left Syndrome up. The shell is popped, knocked up yet again, rooted in place. Hurwin's there. He's going to body block the dash nicely. I like the decision from Left Syndrome to hold on to that Scarab's Blessing ultimate.
Yep.
No chance he survives there.
Snoopy losing the fight, goes into the sky and saves himself despite the fact he's 2 levels up. And I know exactly what you were going to say. You were going to talk about how Nike, you mentioned earlier that Nike probably isn't going to be the target for that ultimate, but that's in a team fight scenario.
You're good at this. That is what I was going to say.
But in the 1v1, it's different, isn't it?
Very much so, because in the mid to late stages of the game, you don't want to give that warrior the free initiation. That's what Nike wants to do in the mid-late game, is get into multiple people and then use that ultimate to set up the slow and give herself a gigantic shield. But when she's level 7 and that ultimate is down, free pickings for SimiteShore.
We're over here. That's exactly what he's saying. Actually, I guess that's more Ionic. It's more like, Scorpion pull.
Yeah, gravity charge. Or, you know, whatever she says.
Wow. Yeah, about that one. Ionic right now. He's going to watch his mid laner get taken to the sky. There's the beans you mentioned. And Hurwin gets finished off by Sheikah. Beautiful play from the mid lane, combining with the jungler to secure the kill on a Hurwin. 2 taunts. There's a knock-up on Mango. Nice little ball coming out from the support. Feather Step should be good damage, but he's saved by left.
SimiteShore gonna eat a lot of damage, but also his famous hate. But he ran out of auto attacks. He's out. Snoopy missed too many autos. Left Syndrome saves his own life with Scarab's Blessing because he held on to it last time he got picked off. Sheikah was not in that engagement though. After they get that initial kill, Sheikah commits to the right-hand harpies. He should have been in that fight.
Yep.
Astral Authority need to know that Snoopy's in this left side jungle. They have no idea.
This is good stop by Final K, but where is Snoopy gonna go after that?
He's gonna go in and kill, make sure that jungler is down. Walrus gonna be able to find him. He'll pick up the mid laner as well. Mango jumps in. I don't know about that, my man. He's gonna fall as well. Snoopy, level 12, 5-0-2 at the 8-minute mark as Freya. Sheesh.
So there are a couple of gods that get called hyper carries, and we haven't used that term in a while, honestly, mainly because the meta has been very interesting in the sense that those gods don't really get off to a tear. When you're looking at gods like Kali, Bakasura to a certain extent, Freya, Xbalanque to be generous, but basically my point is there are a couple of gods that you absolutely cannot give an early lead to.
Yes.
Freya's one of them.
Yeah, she's on that list.
Let me ask you the question that I should never ask. Is this game over already?
No, I mean, Astral Authority's fighting into this fairly well. Despite the 7-kill deficit, the right side of the map is going pretty okay for them. Final K is only a level underneath SimiteShore. In the mid lane, you see Sheikah is actually the one with the lead. But overall, the left side of the map is definitely concerning for me for Astral Authority. I
mean, without a doubt, the famous hate, it's not even that he himself is in such terrible position. He's 0-2-0, a level, maybe half a level down from Freya. Given the situation, you actually have to tip your hat to what famous hate has been doing. It's the fact that Freya's just controlling literally everywhere else.
It's the net worth that's the issue.
Exactly.
He's 1,400 gold down right now, and he started off the game about 700 gold down, but then he gets soloed, then he gets pushed out and should have been soloed, but Snoopy misses too many autos. It's been a tough
say miss,
tough
I say dodge. Famous hate using that agility of the character to make sure he doesn't get hit by all of them. There, beautiful play. Rewind just a hair too late. And Snoopy gonna take the victory over famous hate. That's 2-0 as far as the individual 1v1 of Snoopy and famous hate is concerned today.
And this is where, as a hunter, you're just like, all right, dude. Like,
after 2,
come on, like, can I just farm my wave, please? And Snoopy's like, no, you can't, because this is my lane now, and I'm the captain.
Hurwin tossing out some of the abilities right there, right on through the window.
FineOK just trying to secure the speed buff again, but Walrus is here. He has the Wrath, so FineOK gonna have to leash off of it for now, but they're looking for the kills. Double taunt, damage there from Heroin from a distance. FineOK use the ultimate to get out of danger. Cynosure repositions beautifully with that Feather Step.
Sheikah saved at the last moment,
oh!
and then turns it up from a bad spot to a great spot. Snoopy falls to the laser of Sheikah, who's taken care of by Walrus. 1 for 1 so far. It's a 4-on-4. Mango looking to be the first target. There it is. It's a 3-on-4. And in memory of Gabe, more like in memory of Mango, he falls down for the 5th time this contest. In memory of Gabe, all over this map.
And this is what pro teams do, and they find where they have the advantage, and they just push it over and over and over again. They find the weak spot and they just expose it. And right now it's been on the right side of the map as far as the team fighting aspect goes. Now Snoopy's doing his own thing on the left and dominating that lane all by himself. But as far as the team goes, there's a reason you see in memory of Gabe on this right side consistently. It's twofold. Number one, they trust Snoopy that he's going to be fine with this lead they've given him. And number two, they know they can pick on Mango, and that's exactly what they've done. 1, 5, and 2 at the 11-minute mark for the young solo laner.
And then in total, 13-4. Astral Authority trailing by only 2,000 gold. A little bit surprising if you've just been listening to the game and not really watching it, and you're just hearing us repeatedly talk about in memory of Gabe winning single and team fights. Well, the fact that they're only 2,000 gold ahead, we haven't seen the stuff after the stuff yet. These kills have just been sort of haphazard kills. None of them have been in a situation where you can find the objective.
Not quite yet, but that's because most of the fights have been on the right side of the map and not the left. Now we're at the 11.5-minute mark. Now is where the Gold Furies will start to get looked at once a team wins a team fight. The problem is for both of these teams that neither of them have the Hunter to start it up.
Astral Authority just gonna go for it. No Wrath available on either side of the coin.
Oh, the whoop! The whoop resets the Gold Fury and immunes the snipe. Snoopy, and he's just fighting. He's not done. He's just going in. And now without the raw snipe, Astral Authority has to really be careful about this Gold Fury contest.
Well, here's the thing. There's no Wrath, but both teams have giant mage ult. Sheikah has his ult. Heroin has his. Now that Sheikah's ult is on cooldown, this is Gabe's all the way. Unless FineOK and friends take him down. 1 for 1. Ionic gets the final hit onto the jungler. Famous Hate gets the revive. In memory of Gabe, a little too quick on the trigger. Ionic very low. Mango on the right. If this team collapses, they can kill Ionic and more, but instead, they leave Mango out to dry, and Heroin gets his second kill.
Ionic's so low right now, but again, no ultimate for Sheikah. Was used to try and secure the Gold Fury that Snoopy whooped away from them. He's whooping Left Syndrome's life away from him right now. Cynosure, was that a blink? He blinked in front of the abduct from Left Syndrome at the perfect time. Left Syndrome was like, all right, I'll dash out. Oh wait, there's an Owillish there. Where did she come from?
Tell me the console players don't belong.
He belongs right now.
Oh
3-1-7. Hot play there from Cynosure. Famous Hate decided he didn't want to live anymore. Once the Gold Fury's gone, he's gone as well. Walrus able to pick up his 4th kill. And like you mentioned, Tom, no stuff after the stuff. Well, then there's stuff after the stuff after the stuff. Picking up kills after the Gold Fury, after the kills had been already done in favor of memory.
That's Cynosure play. That has to be in every pre-highlight reel that we do.
Yeah, but it wasn't like pentakill.
Don't care.
It was really cool, but then he doesn't even get the kill, you know? That's like a nerdy, that's a nerdy Smite. Like everyone who's like really into pro level Smite was like, oh my God, Cynosure, that was so cool. But that's me. That's my voice saying that.
That's exactly what you sound like off cast, actually.
Pretty much.
We have machines back here to make aggro sound like a normal person, but really, you know when you type "ha-ha" in chat, that's aggro in real life. It's a picture.
That's just mean and untrue.
That was really mean to you right there.
That was Hindu level, man.
Almost as mean as in memory of Gabe has been to Astral Authority so far. 18-5. About a quarter of an hour into this one, and they're leading by 5K. Before I said, well, it's only 2,000. 5,000 at this point is a really, really tough spot.
Not only that, but the 10,000 experience difference. I mean, look at the duo lane alone. You've got Snoopy, what was he, level 16, 17? Famous Hate, very, very low compared to that. So it's just so difficult to fight into that level difference that in memory of Gabe have.
Yeah, he's only level 12.
Yeah, that hurts.
On that Chronos. Definitely a tough spot to be in right now.
Snoopy's only level 16, man. It's cool. Oh, 17.
Yeah.
It's cool, dude.
Check yourself. Check yourself. 717. I'm looking at the 1-0 and 14 for Ionic. Ionic's a dude that he came through Final K is going to sash on in, walk out after the purification, and they get pulled right back in. Ultimate Thoth guy, not going to happen.
Why is it Thoth guy? That's the second time you said that.
It's Thoth guy.
Thoth guy?
This is what we call him.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry, I didn't see that that email chain. I'll get right on that.
It's just Thoth guy. No, there's a certain type of player that plays Thoth a lot. And they're just Thoth guys.
Oh, okay.
Just looking for the big bang all the time.
The final judgment, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's his ultimate.
Yeah, it's the final judgment.
Yeah.
That's really what they're looking for there.
All right. Good
And remember, Gabe, they're looking for the final countdown, clearly.
And they're getting close right now. I mean, it's only 15 minutes in. But the big problem for In Memory of Gabe's composition is the fact that you don't have any tower push available. You don't have any sort of way to knock down these towers if you're able to find 1 or 2 picks that you usually would with that traditional hunter. And especially with the fact that Snoopy's gone for Spear of the Magus, which I really, really like. I like this pickup for him because of the fact that it's amplifying the damage from Ionic and from Heroin as well. Ooh, Final K a little bit off the mark. Look at how much those autos are doing to Final K. He's got to get out of danger there. Man. Meanwhile, Ionic able to pick up Sheikah in the middle lane with the help of his middle laner, Heroin, the Thoth guy.
I got to ask you right now as we see Snoopy just ulting literally everybody. Right here, that is not a Final K play. How much of that is nerves or whatever you guys want to call it? Final K, we're used to seeing him hit those accuracy shots. Why is he missing here?
I mean, that's just a tough play to make.
It definitely is a tough play.
Even for the guys that are used to hitting that, you just have some that are off the mark and that you don't get punished for it and it's not as noticeable. But whenever you miss against level 18 Freya and she does your entire health bar and 3 auto attacks, then it's tough. I love the idea there from Walrus. He uses the Wrath Stun to try and make sure he can get the last auto attack in before Left Syndrome is able to use his ultimate. Just a little bit miscalculating his damage. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Left Syndrome,
he's going to fall anyways.
Buddy. Yeah.
And then he gets the taunt. That's my Walrus,
and then Walrus lets him know.
Walrus with the deep pocket pick.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, I was talking about this earlier, and now we have kind of a chance to discuss it. Walrus here has to be thanking whoever put this team together. I'm thinking probably Ionic or Snoopy, right? Because Walrus, he's in his sophomore year, second year.
Ooh, the jump. Well timed. Even if it was there, I think Sinosure was already in the air.
He was gone. He was already
quick reactions there. But that is a kill if Final K is able to find that ultimate because of the damage from Raw. It's very, very easy to use your one ult combination to make sure they hit at the exact same time from a distance. So that would have been a kill, no problem whatsoever. I love the fact that Final K is still looking for the right opportunities because that wasn't being over-aggressive.
No, not at all.
That was looking for the right opportunity, just a little bit off the mark.
That's the play you have to make, and you know, as stoppy as this has seemed, this is not the abysmal 15,000 gold deficit that you're looking at. This is sub 10. 9 to 10,000, right? 8,000, there you go. You can still play your way into this. You need to win 1 or 2 team fights. This Gold Fury is not going to help.
It's about to be 10K.
So Walrus.
Yes, yeah, back to Walrus.
He would be the focus of this team. You're going to be looking at him with a giant microscope, right? But they invited the Challenger Cup player, the console league player as well. So Walrus seems to have none of the scariness that should be on him.
No, but Sinosure is going to have to be scared of that damage from Sheikah there. That's exactly what I'm talking about, the long-range damage. But this is the problem. You have so much, you're so far behind. Even if you get 1 pick, the rest of the team's going to be able to just run through you exactly like Snoopy is doing right now.
Walrus with the shell in turtle form. Nothing is going to hurt that one. Over the top comes Snoopy. There's a beautiful ult from Ionic. Left Syndrome ults himself, and Snoopy lets him know that he just doesn't care. Snoopy lets Mango know that he just doesn't care. Famous hate, he don't care either. Snoopy gets the trip skis. Mid-tier 2 going down. 1,500 in the pocket. In memory of Gabe, pre-20 minutes, absolutely crushing it.
Those Freya gumballs are just doing way too much damage for Astral Authority to do exactly 12, 1, and 8 for the Hunter. He's got the penetration, he's got the attack speed as well. It doesn't matter if you can't push very well, if everyone's already dead, and that's exactly what the idea is when you draft a Freya. Only 2 members up for now. Left Syndrome just respawning with the blink in. Gonna find Snoopy. Snoopy should fall here, and he will. Sheikah able to do it. good synergy there. In fact, the slow from the ring toss gonna make sure Ionic's in a little bit of trouble as well. Walrus completely out of mana. They're sacrificing Ionic for the Phoenix, but that passive, yeah, shoutouts.
Yeah, there comes Walrus. He's gonna fall down eventually, unless the knockups are strong enough. Nice root. Lefty gets the kill. Final K still giving chase. There's Ionic, pops the ultimate. Final K gets rooted,
he
misses the sash. That might be good enough.
Let him go. Yes, let it go. Final K. I like the idea there from Ionic to make sure he survives, but I also like this idea from Astral Authority. This is their last-ditch effort. Cynosure is here. Wrath is available right now for Mango. He's got to be the one to secure this. He cannot afford to let Cynosure steal this away.
He cannot be late. Harrowin gets a kill on a Final K, but it's not the one with the Wrath. That's going to be Fire Giant. Cynosure gets a kill. Astral Authority takes the Fire Giant. Only 3 members will have it, but honestly, those are the 3 that I kind of want to have it.
Cynosure still fighting in this jungle, jumping towards the enemy speed buff. They're looking to make sure Sheikah falls, and he uses the Moonlight Charge through the wall. Cynosure pops the ultimate for the extra damage and attack
Bigger
speed.
play.
Huge damage coming out of the jungler. Can't get knocked up in his own ultimate. Deicide goes the way of In Memory of Gabe, and that's going to do it. A quick one in favor of the SPL veterans.
Oh my, there are times when you are not supposed to watch something happen. That right there, Aggro, my man, that was just not okay. That was not fine. Okay.
I see what you did there, but he's actually going to be able to pick off Cynosure here with that ultimate. Maybe this isn't game. It looked like they were going to be able to just waltz down and kill the Titan. Yeah, they're just focusing the players. Titan already under half HP. A lot of towers still up on the right-hand side, but it's not going to matter now that Snoopy's here. He's going to have the damage to kill players, to kill the Titan, to kill whoever he wants, whatever he feels like it. Snoopy, you can end the game now. Thank you. 33-10, go the kills. In memory of Gabe, a dominating victory, and it all happens because